Welcome to another edition of Wealth Creation Series. You are about to learn how to increase your market value, how to increase your value in the marketplace. There are a lot of you today who are not earning the way you're supposed to earn. There are a lot of you today who are not making the kind of money that you deserve or you even demand. And there's a reason for that. Okay? And last week I started this session or this teaching, and I started with the part one. I mentioned about 10 key I mentioned about 11 things you need to do. We can go over them, recall them. For those of you who were not there last week, go and watch the replay of last week wealth creation series. Okay, I talked about the areas you need to increase, what to do to increase your value, increase your ability to sell, deep value relationship, work for a foreign company, attractive, positive attitude. I talked about you being the celebrity in your industry. I talked about you being the boss in your industry. I mentioned that. Okay. I talked about your ability to bring in cash to the table and several others. And today we'll look at the final part. I think I have about 8 or 9 points to share. How do you increase your value in the marketplace? What will make people rate you over time? Listen to this. Cristiano Ronaldo has been playing football for more than 10 years. And a particular time, as at 2023, is still the most expensive, the highest paid player in the world. They are not paying him because of the goals he's scoring in 2023. They are paying him because of the accumulated value of consistency over the past 10 years plus. There's something to get from that. There's something to learn from that. This morning, okay, some days ago, I wrote something on Facebook about consistency. And actually, the night I wrote that thing, I was actually thinking about something. Doing this same thing over and over again consistently for the next 5 years, the next 10 years. Some people may say you're not a success because you're not jumping from one train to another. You're not jumping from one industry to another. But you know the funny thing? The fact that you're staying on something and you are consistently producing results in that niche is a big success. It's one tool, it's one arc that can increase your value over time. People need to know these things. Are you a video editor? How long have you been doing that thing? Are you a filmmaker? How long have you been doing this film? Have you, when it was just iPhone, you were using to shoot it, the record is there. When you now upgraded to a 10 million naira camera, the record is there. A 50 million naira camera, the record is there. You're now working with Nollywood stars and international, the record is there. So, staying consistent in that thing. You see me, I have been a teacher since I was 15, 16. I've been a teacher. And I am proud of it. So when it comes to the professional one now, maybe years ago or so when I started DABA school, but I'm still doing it. At the age of 40, I'll still be teaching. At the age of 50, I'll still be in the classroom, on the pulpit, in different places. I'll still be teaching people how to build wealth, how to create wealth. Because there's something about consistency, especially when it's your life mission. Is somebody getting something here? Let me know in the comment section. So as we go into today's session, I want to know where you're watching from. Where you're watching from? Are you in Jalingo? Are you in Nasarawa? Are you in Abuja? Are you in Kefi? Are you in Brazil? Are you in Sao Paulo? Are you in Madrid? Are you in Spain? Are you in Mallorca? Are you in Paris? Are you in Germany? Or are you in Dubai, Lagos, Nigeria, Enugu State? Let me know where you're watching from in the comment section. And we're going to dive deep into this first one I'm going to share with you guys today. I don't know if I ended last week on with you having a specialized skill. If you're going to increase your value in the marketplace, please have a specialized skill. See, you must also learn how to use that skill and adapt to the trend of that skill so that you don't fade away. For instance, there was a time people were using maybe a helicopter and big camera to cover the up part of a shoot. Today, they use drones. So if you're a filmmaker, why can't you learn how to use drones? It's a specialized skill. There are engineering skills you can get. Some of you went to study engineering in school and you can't even repair simple phones. You can't even repair or change tires. Why? What stops you from learning how to repair drones? There's a guy called David Upper, and this guy, what he does is he flies drones. The other day was at the office. He's one of my mentees. And he said he just come back from Kano. In the north, there are some of these military operations, some of these people who are building farms, or several things like that. He travels regularly there and he earns a constant income on drone, just helping them to fly drone, do the area mapping, specialized skill. You want to become rich, you want to increase in your market value, you want people to value you, have a specialized skill. Because see, at the end of the day, if it's a skill that has a high difficulty level, the better the pay. You know something about that? That somebody can fly drones. Then imagine if you're the guy who flies drones for military operations, for security operations. Start thinking, it is not until you dance on the internet before you make money. It is not until you twerk on the internet before you make money. It is not until you expose your body before you make money. It is not until you steal before you make money. You can legitimately make money by just flying drones. There's a course on DABA called drone flying and flying and a business course done by that David Upper. We shot that course. And you will learn practically how to fly a drone. It could be an advantage, an added advantage that will make you different from other applicants. So you've got to understand this thing. A specialized skill. A specialized one. I'm emphasizing more on this. The one that AI cannot replace. I've said this over and over again. AI cannot replace your creativity. AI cannot. AI cannot. There's a limit to what it can do. Because the human is still the most creative being on earth. Not even animals. You are creative. Say, I'm creative. Say it again. Say, I'm creative. Write it in the comment section. I am creative. Good. So let's go. If you want your value to increase in the marketplace, solve an expensive problem. Was it Alex Home that said, serve rich people because they pay well? I'm telling you, solve an expensive problem. I'll use Cristiano Ronaldo's this thing as an example again. That guy brought in a whole league of players into the Arab League. That's an expensive problem. You know the funny thing? There are other players that have been going to the Arab League until Cristiano came there. If you are the one who can bring a solution and tell your CEO, if we do this thing like this, and we do it like this, we're going to rake in 100 million naira. Your CEO will put you in his car next time. He will kidnap you automatically. You are his right-hand bag. Solve an expensive problem. Imagine the company you work for has $100 million problem. And it's going to cost them 100 million. And you can do something, and instead of them to spend 100 million, they now spend 20 million. You've saved them 80 million. From that 80 million, you can demand a 10 or 20% commission. And the CEO, the company will gladly pay you that. Because in the real sense, you've saved them. Instead of spending 100, they spend 20. So we can do more projects with that. Solve an expensive problem. Solve an expensive problem. Write this down. Assignment. What is the expensive problem that is in your industry? What is the expensive problem? The way to make money is to be creative. The way to increase your value is to be creative, right? In the marketplace. Now, I'm going to give you an assignment. Go in your industry. Search for the core points or pains of people that nobody is addressing. Or maybe there are few players addressing it. Look at it extensively. Do a feasibility report on it and watch it and do your research and find a way to solve that problem. Because the problem you solve will determine how rich you can be. I'm telling you, the problem you solve will determine how rich you can be. If the problem you solve is used by the entire market, boy, the market has made you rich. And that's the more reason you got to understand this thing I'm teaching you now. To increase your value in the marketplace, you've got to solve an expensive problem. Imagine, there's a Nigerian that is the director of sports or something in Saudi Arabia or so, for their club or for the Arab League. And maybe he's helping them organize it. I helped a company organize an event recently, okay, and they paid me for it. Organizational skill, solve an expensive problem. Somebody is saying, okay, we want to come to Lagos and we want to organize an event for 1,000 people. Can you help us do that? If you have organizational skill, and that's why these skills are so important. One of the skills I have, that's why everybody can be an influencer, but there are influencers, okay? Influencing itself is a skill. Leadership is all about influencing. If you have leadership skill, you have organizational skill. You can organize events, you can organize people, you can organize system. You will be paid for these things. You will be paid for these things. And you use that skill to solve an expensive problem. Boy, you'll be rich. Are you ready again? Let's go on this short break. And we'll come back. We'll have about 5, 6, 7 more to share. I hope you're learning something. Let me know in the comment section. I hope you're learning something. All right, I'll see you after this break. Will you be part of the choosing 100 to be trained at the $1,000 Academy next month? Early this year, you were praying that this government should favor you and your family. What has happened? Massive unemployment, job losses, the naira against the dollar is at 1,000 naira. The cost of living is even killing the living. A lot of families can't even feed. Some people and their plans for immigration and even their Japa dream have been killed because of bad economy and even the exchange rate. But guess what? In the midst of this, we've seen the pain, we've seen the tears, we've seen the agony, we've seen the frustration. And we've come up with a solution. And see, even in the desert, you can still find water in there. And instead of complaining, we've designed a system that will show you how you can escape this poverty trap, this economic sabotage. And see, if you do nothing, you will remain the same even the next year. Imagine you're earning $1,000. And that will be life-changing, right? So imagine on a monthly basis you're earning this. If you meet the requirements when you fill the form below, you'll be selected amongst the first 100 to be trained at the $1,000 Academy, the Lagos edition. Of course, Kaduna edition is coming, Kano, Abuja, Ghana, Kenya, and several other countries. Guess what? This is a vision to train 100,000 Africans. And we're going to be doing that across different states, across different countries. I'm sure you're ready for financial freedom. Join us at the $1,000 Academy. Welcome back to Wealth Creation Series with Chris Annie. Remember, I do these things to teach people how to create wealth, how to become successful, how to become a leader in your field, how to become an expert in your field, how to become an industry leader. In short, I have a teaching. I think my next Wealth Creation Series class will be how to become a leader in your industry, how to become a top voice in your industry. There's a way to it, and I'm going to show you. And that's why if you're here, you've not shared this YouTube link, you're wrong. You know, the teachings that will make you excel. Bible said, buy the truth and sell it not. Via wisdom a house is built. Okay, via knowledge a house is built, and by wisdom, or via wisdom a house is built, and by knowledge the chambers therein are filled. Okay? You need knowledge, and that's what I'm giving you. But what you do with this knowledge is what now makes you wise. You have the knowledge, you're intelligent. You seek for the information, you're intelligent. But what you do with this knowledge is what will make you wise. You want to be among the wise, implement these things I've shared. And every Sunday I come here to teach it. There are similar things I teach. I come in different ways to teach it, but I'm passing the same message. The message is to help you become rich. You're going to be rich, right? Put it there in the comment section. I'm going to be rich. Put it there in the comment section. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be wealthy. Put it there in the comment section. Let's look at another way you can increase your value in the marketplace. Next one, raise your fees. I'm telling you, I have done business with 3 Asian companies, and I can tell you that when I insisted on my fee, they stayed with it. Because see, I have got the value, I've got the results, I have the platform, I have the business, I have the name. That's why, as you grow, one of the things you should focus on is building your personal brand. Is building your brand in the heart of people. The brand is the perception people have about you. I'm telling you, the experience, the customer experience over the years. That's why when I started this teaching, I talked about consistency. There's a level you build consistency. When they come to your page, they are afraid to price you down because you've done the work. I tell people, I am not doing Wealth Creation Series alone because I want 1 million views immediately. If the 1 million views doesn't come now, no problem. I'm building for the future. It will come one day. Even if it's 1 year time, even if it's 2 year time, I will wait because success is preparation meeting opportunity. One day, somebody will go through the videos and say, boy, this guy has been building for long. You'll be surprised that in 1 year, you get a 10 years pay package. That's the power of consistency. You guys don't know. That's why I laugh at people who start something today and yeah. It can be tough. It can be struggle, but just still put the extra work and do it. Nobody's telling you it's going to be easy. Look at me. There was a time I used to have views. Oh, there'll be plenty of views. But guess what? Sometimes it will drop. We put it in. I said this some days on Twitter. In season and out of season, create, build, and sell. Don't stop. Don't stop building. In season, they like your post or they don't like it, post. They like your videos or they don't like it, keep pushing it. One day, it's the compound effect, compounding. When you make that post, you don't get the views you think you tweak it. Don't worry, keep doing it. Raise your fees. Some crypto exchanges have come to me. One of my boys told me the other day that he was influencing from crypto exchange. And I said, they came to, he said, yes, they told you they came to Chrisani, but Chrisani couldn't. I was even rejecting the job. Because see, if I'm going to put in effort to this, there is a name called Chrisani. How big have you built your name? How? Sometimes police, there's a time on police time, they kind of, was like an intimidation. I kept on telling the man, my name is Chris Annie. Because there's a knowing I have on the inside. There's a confidence. I said, Google it. My name is Chris Annie. Put it there on the internet. You don't know Chris Annie? I'm Chris Annie. I'm Chris Annie. How can I help you? I am Chris Annie. And the policeman was like, this guy wouldn't be, for this guy to be so confident. I said, I'm Chris Annie. And you go on my page, you see how valuable it is. Places make men, but men also make places. I'm telling you, how relevant can your name impact a generation, impact the people, impact the office, impact the business, impact your industry? If you don't know Chris Annie in that industry, you don't know anybody. Raise your fees. Raise it. If the economy inflates, you too inflate. I learned that when I was in my year 2. If the economy inflates, my friend Emmanuel Biese said, inflate. Charge your price. Inflate. That's how you do. Next one. Become the best version of yourself through daily improvement. The person who has constant desire to learn and improve will automatically increase his value. Do you know that actors, to be used on some sets, some of them will go on a 30 days, 90 days weight loss, fitness, improvement, because you want to be that thing that you want to imagine to that person that is going to be seen so valuable or featured for that movie. I learned Richard Mufedamijo, the Black Book, that they went on different diet. They went on exercising spree. Imagine that. The footballer who doesn't train often will be useless in the pitch. The boxer who doesn't train will be useless in the ring. The athlete who doesn't constantly improve himself will be useless. The speaker who doesn't train. Every week I learn on the internet. If it's not my personalized course, I'm learning via YouTube. I'm working on my health, working on my brain. Somebody will say, but these things, sometimes we need to remind ourselves these things. But you said this thing about success last 3 weeks. You are saying it again. But you took your bait 3 weeks ago. Why are you taking your bait today? You've got to understand this thing. Become the best version of yourself by true daily improvement, through constant desire to learn and improve. The next one, if you're going to improve, if you're going to increase your value in the marketplace, you must have the ability to navigate uncertainty and being able to transmit it to other people. I've gone through difficult times in life, even as a business owner, where the ship looks like it wants to get wrecked, where the water, the turbulence in the sea, your ability to navigate uncertain times. When you survive those crises, you become a better person. You become more expensive. That's what made Apple Apple. That's what made Steve Jobs Steve Jobs. There was a time the company was in crisis. They came out of it. They brought Steve Jobs back. They came out of it. He became one of the greatest CEOs the world has ever seen and known. What about companies that survived through the COVID era? You survived those times. You've seen turbulence. You are a sailor. You are not just an expert sailor because you can ride on smooth seas. It is because you can ride on turbulent ones and navigate them. And when you do, guess what they now call? You become like a 5-star general ranked general. They will say, this guy, when there was something at Hiroshima, he survived it. There was this at that, at this thing, he survived it. He helped, and over thousands of passengers have been applauding him because of the kind of way he has gone. Boy, they will recognize you for that. And at that moment, your value has increased. It's just like a general that has led people to war. That I say, he went and he fought the war in Namibia. And he came back again. He fought the troops in Israel. He came back again and won in Pakistan. When they are giving you general status, one day you no longer go to the field. You'll be the one commanding from the door. You'll be the one commanding from the top. Because you are now a 5-star general because of what? You've survived turbulent times. You've navigated those turbulent times. And you were able to transmit it to people. Am I preaching or teaching here? Which one of them? Okay? You've navigated those times, you've survived it, and you've transmitted the same to people, and here you are. And that's how the world will celebrate you. It's just like a coach who saw a team downcasted. Boy, this is why David was way different in the Bible. At the time when he brought in men who were with him in the cave. Men who were disgruntled, disjointed, men who were frustrated, depressed. They had no future like that. And David began to train these men. And David began to work on these men. And one of them became a solid fighter. And these guys became the men of David. Boy, how will he not be a king? How? Tell me, how will he not be a king? Next one. You want to increase your value? Buy clay. Turn them into beautiful parts and sell them. Meaning that you have one product. Okay? You have one product or you have one talent. You can break those talents down into beautiful parts that does several things and you sell them to the world. You sell them to the world. You sell them to the world. One of my pastor friend, Pastor Ransom, he's a filmmaker. He's a businessman too on his own. He's a pastor. And you could see him do, with that alone, he now even has core editing and graphic skill. One person. Buy clay, turn them into beautiful parts, sell them. Buy clay. When you mold the clay, you mold the one that is like hand, you mold the one that is like pot, you mold the one that is like cup and sell them. It's still the same clay. That's why the one who has 4 talents, more will be given to you because you can use the 4 talents to do 40 things. I'm enjoying tonight's World Creation series. I'm enjoying it. And if you're here, you've not joined the $1,000 Academy, there's a Telegram channel in this group. Go right now and join. $1,000 Academy in Lagos is going to be bomb. It's going to be massive. It's going to be explosive. It's going to be so big. Like, we're going to have 100 people who will be trained. They'll be taken away from the shackles of poverty into prosperity. And they'll walk them through a 1-year mentorship period. I've not talked about that in public yet. So something big is coming and you've got to expect it. All right. Next one. Work for many, not just one. And in my company, I encourage my employees and staffs to have side hustles. Because salary will not be enough. Is a policy in my company. You want to? Oh, you think you want to survive? Me too, I'm also trying to survive. Except when we've gotten the millions and millions of dollars, fine. Even if you're working at Facebook, have a side hustle. I'm telling you, treat the company, treat the business, treat your employment as a business. See yourself as a consultant. Allow it. Except when you're now fully dedicated, there's now a place in the company where you play some kind of roles that you are not permitted to do that. I will let you know. My content writer is a pharmacist. He's there in Ebonyi State. He does content writing with pharmaceutical job. Don't just work for one, you can work for many. Yes, there's the option there. How many customers do you have? How many people are you serving? How many customers do you have? You can build something once and sell forever, digital products. How many customers? The number of customers that patronize you will determine how rich you become. If more people patronize you, are we going somewhere? All right, let's continue. The next one, automate your work. You want to increase in value? Design an application. Spotify for artists. Spotify is there. There's a DABA app where you can learn. Instead of me teaching you every day, you just go to DABA app, you buy my, of course, if you're here, you want to learn how to trade crypto, go and get my trading. Of course, you see, because it's not 35, 36K, you can start learning how to trade crypto again. People say the coaches are back. We've been here since. We've been here. When the market showed us shaking, we were here. When the market gave us money, we were here. When the market took money from us, we were here. 17K, we were here. 18K, we were here. 15K, we were here. At the time, people say using us to write posts on Facebook. Where are those crypto coaches? Bitcoin is dead. I told you, don't be jumping on trendy things. I look at them, I laugh. The most important thing for me is to make my money and make my impact. I saw one particular guy say, Bitcoin, they rain again. Now, Bitcoin is at 35. I'm sure they'll be back again. That's life for you. You see, when Bitcoin was down, they abandoned him. I'm telling you, they abandoned Bitcoin. But the true people also know that this thing, it takes one day. It took Bitcoin. I was shocked. Bitcoin went from 29.4 to, even me, I didn't expect it, to about 36K in 24 hours. The last time it did similar move like that, so that's a $5,000-$6,000 increase one day. The last time it did something like that was when Elon Musk used to talk about Bitcoin. And Bitcoin moved $10,000 one day, 40 to 50K or so. That's life. So when probably were there, those Bitcoin boys, they're not there. No. So automate your work. People buy crypto from you. Build an app where they can buy it easily, pay bank accounts, and without you being the process. What if you're in Saudi Arabia? What if you're traveling on a business class? Will business stop? Automate your work. Employ a system. Design a system. Design an application. Don't just be a comedian. You can have album as a comedian. You can have it. You can have album as a comedian. You can. Don't just say, I cannot do. No, you can have it as a comedian. You can. We'll go on this final short break. And we'll come back. I think we'll go on the final lap. If you've been enjoying this teaching, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. All right, God bless you. We'll be right back after this short break. Will you be part of the choosing 100 to be trained at the $1,000 Academy next month? Early this year, you were praying that this government should favor you and your family. What has happened? Massive unemployment, job losses, the naira against the dollar is at 1,000 naira. The cost of living is even killing the living. A lot of families can't even feed. Some people and their plans for immigration and even their Japa dream have been killed because of bad economy and even the exchange rate. But guess what? In the midst of this, we've seen the pain, we've seen the tears, we've seen the agony, we've seen the frustration. And we've come up with a solution. And see, even in the desert, you can still find water in there. And instead of complaining, we've designed a system that will show you how you can escape this poverty trap, this economic sabotage. And see, if you do nothing, you will remain the same even the next year. Imagine you're earning $1,000. And that will be life-changing, right? So imagine on a monthly basis you're earning this. If you meet the requirements when you fill the form below, you'll be selected amongst the first 100 to be trained at the $1,000 Academy, the Lagos edition. Of course, Kaduna edition is coming, Kano, Abuja, Ghana, Kenya, and several other countries. Guess what? This is a vision to train 100,000 Africans. And we're going to be doing that across different states, across different countries. I'm sure you're ready for financial freedom. Join us at the $1,000 Academy. So I mentioned, I said, automate your work. Automate your work. Automate it. Automate your work. Look at how YouTube, Spotify, look at how these digital platforms have made things easy. That this video I'm doing can still be on YouTube for the next 20 years. Some people say, Chris, mentor me. First thing I tell you is go and get DABA course. Second thing I tell you, go and watch all my web creation series. My mentorship is all this I'm doing, I'm automating my mentorship. So it's not every day. So when you are done with all this, you now have my mentality. You now know how I think. You now know, at least I've shifted your brain, shifted your mentality, worked on your mindset. You now know the things that interest me. And so we're good to go, right? Yeah. Automate the work. Automate the work. Design an application. Automate it. Some of you are teaching mathematics. You're always teaching mathematics in lessons, in parents. Build an application for mathematics. Mathematics for Nigerian students. It could be an app. Parents, instead of hiring me to teach mathematics, enter the app. I have designed all the classes that will teach your child how to succeed in mathematics. You've automated the process. So if Mama Chinedu wants, if Mama Ebuka wants, if Papa Ikena wants it, if Gerald International School wants it, what they just do is, they don't call you to come and teach mathematics. You are now a top. What you now become in that industry is you now position yourself as a thought leader, an influencer. And people say, don't learn mathematics, go and use my app. So for everybody that comes, they go and pay 10,000 naira to use. By the time you have 100,000 users times 10,000, that's some big money. 10,000 times 10 is 100,000. Times 100 is 1 million. Times 1,000, okay, that's about 10 million. Okay, times 100,000, okay, like that. So you now calculate the kind of money you have. I'm sharing an idea here. Automate the system. Or as you do that, you now raise more mathematics teachers. You mentor them, you teach them, You bring them to understand the process of teaching. Somebody can know mathematics, but not know how to teach it. So you now teach them how to teach it, and you now have a group of company of mathematics teachers who can be, you can hire a mathematics teacher anywhere. Somebody's in Zamfara, needs a mathematics teacher. It goes on your application and you hire a teacher. Somebody is in Mozambique and he needs a mathematics teacher and he hires one from your application. You've automated the process, you simplified it, you have more money because by the time they pay you, who's the CEO of the company? Oh, the CEO is Jamil. Oh, Jamil, can you teach us math? No problem. I'm going to just give you an insight into how the application looks like and how you can get a teacher and all that. I don't want to. Let's go for this though. Next one. Sell something that can be sold repeatedly. Sell something that can be sold repeatedly. Ida Bassi learned how to cook, mastered the business of cooking, and created a course that can be sold repeatedly. Sold repeatedly, sold anywhere, sold repeatedly. Because the money is in the repetition. The money is in the repeated customers. The money is in the returning customers. I don't want to just do one sale. I want to do a repeated sale because it is the repeated sale that puts me in business. So what do? Sell something that can be sold repeatedly anywhere, global, in the world. Boy, I've enjoyed this teaching on how to increase your value in the marketplace. And I'm sure you also do. And we've come to the end of this series. And next week, I'm going to be teaching how to become a top leader in your industry, how to become a top voice, an influencer, thought leader, expert opinion, key opinion leader in your industry. So that when the goodies come for that industry, you are also among the voice, the gatekeepers, the power brokers in that industry. You need influence, right? You need it. You need influence. Don't just go after money alone. Go after influence. And that's the end for today's teaching. And I pray for you. The Lord God bless you. You're going out and you're coming in. You are blessed in the morning, in the noon, in the night. I pray for you. Wherever you keep that CV to submit for a job application this week, the doors are open for you. I pray for your health. You are whole. You are sound. You live in vigor, strong. You are healthy. I pray for your finances. There is restoration for you. There's restoration in your finances. I pray for you. There will be increase. Your barns will increase. Your baskets will see harvest. I pray for you. The men, the power brokers, the gatekeepers, the influencers, you need to materialize this vision. God send them your way. You will meet them. You will not miss them. You will meet them. There will be a meeting. There will be an execution. And I pray that success, your effort is crowned with success. God bless you all for watching my creation series. Thank you so much for watching. You want to learn a course on DABA, go right now. There's millionaire freelancing course, there's affiliate marketing course, there's different courses that can help you become rich and give you a skill that'll give you financial freedom. My name is Chris Annie again. Till I come your way next week, God bless you. Will you be part of the choosing 100 to be trained at the $1,000 Academy next month? Early this year, you were praying that this government should favor you and your family. What has happened? Massive unemployment, job losses, the naira against the dollar is at 1,000 naira. The cost of living is even killing the living. A lot of families can't even feed. Some people and their plans for immigration and even their Japa dream have been killed because of bad economy and even the exchange rate. But guess what? In the midst of this, we've seen the pain, we've seen the tears, we've seen the agony, we've seen the frustration, and we've come up with a solution. And see, even in the desert, you can still find water in there. And instead of complaining, we've designed a system that will show you how you can escape this poverty trap, this economic sabotage. And see, if you do nothing, you will remain the same even the next year. Imagine you're earning $1,000 and that will be life-changing, right? So imagine on a monthly basis you're earning this. If you meet the requirements when you fill the form below, you'll be selected amongst the first 100 to be trained at the $1,000 Academy, the Lagos edition. Of course, Kaduna edition is coming Kano, Abuja, Ghana, Kenya, and several other countries. Guess what? This is a vision to train 100,000 Africans. And we're going to be doing that across different states, across different countries. I'm sure you're ready for financial freedom. Join us at the $1,000 Academy.